Soraya, how's it going?
Woo! Hey Jeff, how you doing?
Wrapped up in all the holiday hoopla, that's for sure.
You know, this is a fun time of year for that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and so I am too.
Yeah. Speaking of fun, I think we've got a fun call coming up here.
Yes, so this is really a sweet treat. We've got not one but two people
Yes.
that we're really looking forward to speaking with. One is the ultimate great, wonderful Vicki Peterson.
Mm. We love
I
her, don't
know. And the also equally great and incredible John Cowsill.
we? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we
So
we recorded this call already, and I have to say, I think I fell in love with him.
it's easy, right?
Yeah. Like a,
Easy.
he-
And the two of them are just a lot of fun, tons of energy, but also so many great anecdotes, stories, and perspectives. This was just a lot of fun. So I think everyone listening today is really going to enjoy it as well.
yeah, and the reason why we talked to them is because the Action Skulls, their band along with Bill Mumy, put out a new release that's available in streaming formats and digital formats. From a Running Horse, 11 new songs, about 38 minutes. They released that in September, so end of
Right.
September, not too long ago. So it's still new, and as we'll hear, it might not only be available on streaming and digital formats. So anyway, so this is a very fun conversation.
Absolutely. So I think we need to just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Hi, this is Soraya.
And this is Jeff,
Our podcast is called Paisley Stage Raspberry and Rhyme.
a podcast where the two of us play music that we like and share anecdotes and background about the tunes.
We hope you'll join our conversation. And without further ado, a grooviar.
Let's get groovy. All right, Soraya. So today we are talking once again to Vicki Peterson and John Cowsill, in this case of the Action Skulls. So
Ooh,
welcome you two, and belated happy anniversary to you two
Thank
lovebirds.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 20
all
years.
right. So, sorry, go ahead.
20
20
years,
years.
Soraya.
We made it.
20 years. That is beautiful. Beautiful.
Indeed.
Well, Jeff, you did mention we have two of three Action Skulls, and there's this absolutely amazing album that's come out. And we did have a couple of questions about it. And we got to just jump off this point. Digital release only,
Yes.
as in some of the past. Is there a plan for a physical release, or this is the way to go?
Well, I think we're going to let the powers that be in the audience dictate that in a way. We wanted to just release it. Our skullmate Bill Mumy is very prolific. He has two other projects going right now. John and I are working on another project as well. We had a lot of things going on. We wanted this album to get out, and so it was the most efficient way to do it at this time, and yet we are considering possibly in the future
A limited amount
maybe
of
a
physical
vinyl, maybe
that
even.
will sign or something. We don't want to have a lot of boxes of shit in our house.
We don't want to be a warehouse.
Don't want to be a warehouse. And I know there are companies out there who will manufacture as per needed. So we'll try to do something like that, but it's not cost effective to have a bunch of stuff that's not going to sell.
Got it. Got it.
I don't, not without guaranteed sales. So
We know a lot of people do like physical product, especially people who might listen. I mean, obviously, Jeff, you don't have any records at all, do you? I can see that you have no vinyl.
now, if we were to tour the Action Skulls band, which it won't tour because Bill doesn't want to tour, then of course we would have merch and we'd have physical product. But because we don't do that, there's not a big need for it.
Okay.
Okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
next.
So the band Action Skulls had their first release in 2017 with Angels Here. 3 years later, A Different World also was digital only and streaming. And then here we are, September. You released the new one, From a Running Horse. So it sounds like you guys are on a 3-year plan. So 2026, we're expecting the 4th release.
We like to get things done fast.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the new album, I have to say, is my personal favorite. There's a lot of great songs on there. Right off the bat, with Find the Good, I love the 12-string on there. It's such a beautiful song. How are you guys feeling about this new release? Are you happy with the songs on this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm happy with it. It's an interesting album. It's pretty all over the place with styles and things, but I mean, I always say I want to do an album that's like sounds like it's thematic almost, but I've never done one in my life, so always like bouncing around. Because you got 3 different writers, well, 2.5. I kind of write, but
You did on this one.
I did on
You
this
were
one.
a writer on this
I was
record.
more of a writer on this one than any of the other ones. And also the timeline, why things take so long is I was with the Beach Boys for 23 years and I was never home. And then when I was, the last thing you want to do is break out the tool chest, you know, to fix the faucet if you're a plumber. But that takes a while. But I was definitely part of the problem for why nothing gets done really quick. And then so is she, because she thinks things too much.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean.
Oh my God. But anyway.
And I'm busy too.
No, yes, you are.
You know, the funny thing about From a Running Horse is that we actually started making that record right after Angels Here, and it was going to be our 2nd album. And then things happened, life ensued, and then the pandemic arrived. And at that point, Bill Mumi just kind of vomited out this collection of songs, and we caught them and sang all over them and sent them back to him. And we ended up with A Different World, and that became
it's our pandemic
our
album.
first, yeah, but it was our first 2nd album, and From a Running Horse is our second album. So
I love that. Soraya, have you heard that before? A first, 2nd album and a second
album?
I've never heard this before. So
Not
a
me,
thing,
but
everybody?
No, it's a thing.
it's a thing. It is
It's
now.
a thing. It's a
Action
vibe.
Skulls have thought it.
It's a vibe. We were curious how that worked with you two on the East Coast, and we understand Billy's on the West Coast. Yeah, the East Coast, West
Okay.
Coast.
During that period, we were still on the East Coast, on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But because it was the pandemic, you know, we were gated in. It was funny because not often, but anytime we would send Bill a piece of a song, he'd take it and he would put it in his studio and finish it and send it back. And it's like, no, this was not supposed to be that. We're just showing if you like this or not. It comes back finished. So Social Distancing Blues was the first one on that album. And he sent that out to a friend of mine, Jeff Lasquette, and me. We were kind of in a little thread. And I heard this song and he says, hey, Jeff, listen to this, not hey, John. And and I loved the song because it's bluegrass kind of thing. It's like kind of groovy. And so I went to Vicki. I said, hey, listen to this song, man. I said, hey, let's go in the studio and put all the vocals back, just back the crap out of this thing and send it back to Bill, you know, like here. And so we thought we were being funny, which we were, but he was funnier because he basically sent 9 more songs back to us. Hey, great. Finish these, you know.
Yeah, do it on these.
So what was the name of that album?
A Different World.
A Different World. That's really a Bill Mumi album, and Vicki and I did all the backgrounds on that. But Bill wanted to call it an Action Skulls album.
Okay.
He was the writer.
Played most of the music,
all things, and played the music, and we just added our vocals. You know, we overproduced the vocals because we love to sing, Vicki and I. So, and it worked out fine. It was a beautiful album. My favorite song on there is "You Heal My Soul."
Oh,
That's my favorite song on there. It's just, he sounds so good. I love Bill. I love Bill's voice. We love Bill's voice. He's got that Randy Newman kind of troubadour sound. Just, I love his voice. And, of course, nobody likes their own voice. So he said, I can't sing either. He said, "Sing my world to see no pain." I love that. It's so beautiful.
He's got a great earthy voice. I describe it as earthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a warmth to it. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Sounds like an old blues singer.
Yeah, sounds like an old blues singer.
Very
Absolutely.
American.
Very American. I'm going to repeat everything she says.
I'm
Yeah.
repeat
I'm
everything.
going to repeat everything she
Yes,
says.
everything I say.
So I'm a nerd when it comes to music. Usually the way that I digest music is I'll throw something on the turntable or on the CD player, and I'm looking at the cover. If it's a gatefold, I'm opening it. I'm reading the lyrics. I'm reading the credits. I don't get to do that with From a Running Horse. So we're curious about credits. Can you tell us about? Is it self-produced? Any guest performers?
Yeah, well, I'll take all the credit. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, many of the songs, and you can see some of the credits if you on Spotify, if you scroll down. Many of the songs were co-written actually by the three of us, which is one of the reasons why I like this record. It feels very inclusive in a lot of ways. Bill wrote a couple by himself. I wrote a couple by myself. John and Bill wrote the major part of Find the Good, and we all wrote Rounding the Square, which is one of my favorite songs. That came from a piano riff John's had for years, and just in the studio one day he was playing with it, and we said, let's do something with this song.
Yeah, Bill said, well, play that again.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, really? I've been playing this for like 9 years.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
And that was one of those songs in 2017. I thought, we need to get this out now. It's sort of about our world right now and our political environment and landscape right now. And then about 2 years later, when I realized it wasn't going to be coming out right away, I was like, oh, well, I guess it's sort of passé now. And now, strangely enough, it is no longer passé. It is absolutely right on target.
He's still here.
All of them. So it's kind of, life is interesting that way. But yeah, so yes, it was self-produced, obviously, by the Action Skulls, by all of us. We all played on all over it, various instruments.
I played drums. Vicki played guitars. Bill played guitars. I played harmonica. Bill played harmonica. I'll say Bill did the heavy lifting.
Most of the bass.
On bass and keyboards. Vicki's brother Dave mixed it and mastered it for us. Dave Peterson.
Dave the Rave Peterson. And yeah, but you know what? I think we didn't add the lyrics, but we will do that just for you, Jeff.
Thank you, Vicki. I appreciate it.
Jeff, I'm with you, man.
And
if it's not an album, I don't even like CDs. I don't like any. I need a magnifying glass. I love albums, and I will buy an album cover even if there's not an album in it, if it's really good artwork. Well, I'm not kidding, and I love the smell of the album when it opens up. I mean, it's just a thing. It really is.
It's essential
and I
experience.
miss that, reading all the musicians at the bottom of the song. It's just. Yeah, those were the best days when we had vinyl. And I wish this new one that Vicki and I are doing, called Long After the Fire, songs written by Barry and Bill, my two brothers. I wish that was going to be an album, because I'd put Bill on one side and Barry's on the other side. You can't do that with downloads. It's just a hodgepodge,
That will be released on vinyl, though.
And we will release a limited vinyl.
Yeah,
for that one.
We will definitely put that on vinyl.
Because we're going to tour. We'll go do shows and have some merch for that.
And what will the artist name be for that release?
Vicki Peterson and John Cowsill.
Very
The album
simple.
will be called Long After the Fire. Songs by my brother Bill and Barry.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a project close to our hearts for
Mhm.
sure. And it's just beautiful. A young man named Paul TFO Allen produced it for us and also helped us record it and make it sound just phenomenal.
Yeah, he did a great job.
We just got the mixes back. It's the best thing I personally have ever done, and Vicki's done a
Yeah.
million perfect things. So I don't know where it lies in her her list of things, but I've always been somebody's bitch, you know, working for them, playing drums or being their backup singer, piano player, you know, never a voice of my own. So this has been,
Very
other
much
than
that.
the Action Skulls was the first thing I've ever done outside of being part of a band and like a full member with some say, even though you would think I had that in the Cowsills, but that did not happen because I was so young, you
You were the
know, it's
baby.
like hierarchy, the older brothers, which kind of still exists today in a funny way, but yeah, so it's wonderful to be part of something, and this one's really going to be great. And if I never do another thing, at least I did this one.
Ah, that's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Well, she's she's an artist, so she writes and has done this. This is my first coming out, you know, that kind of a thing. So I'm pretty proud of it.
I'm very excited for this. And you
Yeah,
guys
you're
are,
gonna love
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna love it. I think you guys will love it.
so you guys are listed as Vicki Peterson and John Cowsill on some upcoming shows. Will we be able to hear any of the songs from this release that you're talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The shows that we're
At the shows.
we're supporting the Dream Syndicate in January. 2 shows, one in New York, one in Los Angeles, on January 20th and 27th. And we absolutely will be doing songs from Long After the
Well,
Fire.
that's the reason to go
Mhm,
out. We
mhm.
want to present these songs before it comes out. So maybe start a buzz with like 12 likes and things like that. Well, because
We might be doing some songs from Action Skulls as well.
yeah,
we're
for sure, to
putting that
round it
together
out.
now.
Why not? They're never going to be heard otherwise.
Yeah, we're all for it, Soraya, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Where are
and
you, Jeff, right now?
Wait.
What states are you guys in? Where are you?
so
California.
California,
Who's
both in
California?
Southern
You?
California.
Both of us.
Okay.
Oh,
We both are. So I live in Temecula, which is out in the valley. And
San Diego area.
We know where it is.
Mhm,
Yeah.
right. Soraya is a valley girl.
Yeah, I'm
Ah.
in the San Fernando Valley.
Okay.
My home, baby.
Right on.
Yes. So I want to ask, so should like beginning, mid, late 2024, should we be looking for Long After the Fire? Or maybe later, or
We're
or
probably.
stay
Really want to find a home for it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put it out on CD Baby.
right.
But it's going to be hard because first of all, we don't know what the hell we're doing trying to get a deal. You know, you think we've been in the business so long that we would know how this works, but the business has changed so drastically, and nobody's, you know, our age is working against us. Fortunately, we have a little notoriety. Age works great when you're already established, you know, Bonnie Raitt, Jackson Browne. I mean, you can't hurt these guys. But if you're up and coming act
Yeah, we're a
at our
baby
age, it's
band.
like, you know, we might get a
Which is hilarious.
little attention because I am John Cowsill and she is Vicki Peterson. So I'm hoping to use some of that. But really, the record business, I mean, they're going to ask us, how many likes do you have? How many hits do you have on your social media? And I just started an Instagram account, just Instagram account, just recently, you know. So I have like 200 followers.
Wow.
I'm just saying, you know. So spread the word. So it's going to be a funny thing to maneuver, and I don't want to end up at like another record company. I won't say any names.
It's okay.
That they really don't do anything. They just give you a label to put on something and say, yeah, I got a record deal, you know, but they don't really do anything. You still have to do all the work, all the legwork. I want a team. I want it old school. I want somebody to do this shit for me, you know, but then I know that's going to happen. So I get here and be all anxiety out, you know, because the best part's making the music and singing. It's like, now what?
Anyway, so to answer your question.
Did I not answer the question?
You did not. It's okay. No, we actually don't know. We're hoping for, you know, at some point in 2024, obviously. But as John said, we do want to have it set up properly and produced properly. And
that's what
properly.
I was trying to say.
Yeah. So, you know, we don't want to give this one away, and it's too close to our hearts. It's too meaningful, and it's quality work. Not that all the other stuff we've done is also quality work, obviously.
Yes.
We're very proud of as well. But you know, anyway, we feel like this will find its place in the universe at some point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in the
this
meantime,
and the Action Skulls catalog. These are my favorite things.
Yeah.
Well,
What-
we're gonna help promote this, and so we're gonna share your Instagram, John,
Yes.
and yours,
Yes,
Vicki,
Yes.
and we're gonna help the campaign because
Yeah.
we want to hear these songs.
Yeah.
And Jeff, did you happen to know that they are performing this weekend
We are.
Whose are
at the
they?
Cutting Room in
Oh,
New York?
us.
Is that a bit of a shock?
Where do I go see them?
I know, wow, amazing.
Yeah, Jeff, they're performing at the Cutting Room, performing songs from my favorite year because it's the year I was born, 1968.
1968.
1968. And
Nicely
Oh, yes.
done.
Vicki teased on her Instagram account, however you want to use it. Lonely Leaf by the Peanut Butter
Lonely Leaf.
Conspiracy.
Peanut Butter Conspiracy.
Yeah, yeah,
Best
yeah,
band
yeah,
name
yeah.
ever.
Yeah, what song
Oh
are
my
you doing?
gosh.
Oh, we aren't allowed to say.
No, she just said, baby, where were you?
Well, it was
She didn't
teased.
say what song you're doing.
She did, she just said.
Okay, well then I'm doing Dino's
Sorry,
song. I'm doing
I
Dino's song by Quicksilver Messenger Service,
These
and
are
I'm
great
doing
songs.
San Francisco Girls from Fever Tree.
Right?
Do you know those? I didn't. I knew
No,
Dino's song,
I
but
know the
didn't know
bands.
Fever Tree.
Yeah.
that's why
Oh
I
my
write
God.
it down and then I go listen.
It is
Like when
psychedelic,
They
man.
are very psychedelic songs. That's why we're excited about it, but we're already kind of in the headspace of like, this is so trippy because, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
the lyrics are wrapping our
they're
heads.
they're crazy lyrics, and so both of us run around in the apartment like singing these songs out like you know, because I got to memorize the lyrics, and you know I've never had to do that. So
No, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be an epic night of music. I think Mike Fornatale, who runs these, he's done this before, these tributes to Pick a Year, and they are like 4-hour plus concerts. This is going to run the gamut, and some of the songs you might know, and then some of these are the ones that are just going to make your head fry because you've never heard it and you think this is just incredible.
But a lot of them you'll know, and the band is
It's
so
stellar band,
great.
great
We
singers.
just sang with them, just like, oh my God, it's going to be so easy having such a great band, and they note for note versions of this song. These guys are killing it.
I got to say, we've done this, well, since we've been in New York a little over a year, we've had opportunities to do several of these sort of, a million guest singer night tributes, the tribute to the celebration of Nuggets. Anniversary, we did 2 nights at the City Winery. I've done the Cabinet of Wonders with Wesley Stace twice. And it's just, it's like going to camp for the night because you are hanging out with people you love, you're having a great time, you're all together to produce this one night of incredible, crazy music. Everyone is a little on edge because nobody really knows what they're doing, but they sort of do. And they're just excited and everyone is a fan of the music that we're producing that night. So we've had a great time. We're also doing another one, a Loser's Lounge tribute to Burt Bacharach coming up in December. So these things just keep popping up. Thank God, I'm loving getting these invitations to be a part of this community here in New York.
And this would not happen in Los Angeles,
for us,
by the way,
but
for us.
Hey, hello, LA. When we come back, we want to sing with you too.
Yeah, but I mean, here in New York, it happens every night. It seems like every week there's somewhere to go and sing, and close.
So,
Wow.
You don't have to get in the car.
Yeah, well, we don't get in cars anyway here.
And there's one more show that you two are performing at in Florida in January.
In January.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. We're going to be part of the 30A Festival. It's a songwriter festival. I've done it 3 times before. It's, again, such a blast. It's a whole weekend of music. Every single venue, cafe, library,
basement of people's
pretty
homes.
much, every available room in town becomes a music venue, and there are just dozens and dozens of artists and just great people this year. There's always great people, but this year we have Katie Tunstall and Matthew
Roseanne
Sweet.
Cash will be there this year.
Just a great lineup. I'm going to post
Kim Ritchie,
our dear friend Kim Ritchie. We're going to be singing with her. I'm going to post the whole the poster with all of the names on it. You'll see it's a crazy lineup this year, and it's just a big party. It's like a long weekend party, and so looking forward to that. I did it maybe maybe 10 years ago now. And John was,
Is this
you
my
happened to be
offic-
with me.
I always
But he
go
was a
with her, but I'm
guest.
not, yeah, I'm her guest.
He's what we call, he was an interloper, is that I like to call it.
I
That's what
coattail
do,
on my wife
yes.
on all these things. They
So-
finally start adding me to the email list of
Yeah.
coming to sing the things in New York now, because I've been gone my whole life. Yeah, I got fired from the Beach Boys in April, so I'm around now. So people are just starting to figure out that.
But he guested with me before. This is our first official
Yeah,
appearance as Vicki and John. Yeah,
Nice.
Sunny and Cher.
That kind of leads into
that's why Vicky's name is first.
Because it's Sunny.
It's like
Cher.
Sunny and Cher,
Oh,
Vicky and John.
That's the only reason.
The only reason.
nice.
Right.
It works. It works.
He's older, so he'd have to go first.
Oh, ouch.
So that discussion kind of leads into something that I was thinking about the other day when Soraya and I were talking about having you guys on and you agreed to it. I was driving down the road and I was thinking, especially John, with your gig with the Beach Boys, and we've seen you both in arenas, or we've seen the Cowsill, Soraya together. We saw them at the amphitheater, Pacific Amphitheater in Costa Mesa. And then Vicki, we've seen you in every venue possible, arenas. And I was thinking, as musicians, how do you guys compare like the larger shows, the amphitheaters, the arenas with someone like these club shows? Do you have a preference, or are there positives with each?
Well, there's positives with each and there's negatives with each. It just depends on how the local crew is, how people treat you. It's really about the way you get treated when you go play somewhere for me. And I'm usually the first one there and the last one to leave.
Wow.
I've always traveled with my crew. Yeah, for me, it's about who you're running into. And because I work in a 12x8 riser with glass in front of me, so that sets wherever that sets up, that's my space. So I'll play for 300, I'll play for 3,000, I'll play for 30,000, which is what the Beach Boys did. Now,
From the only thing, when you're playing a larger show, generally speaking, you're either a headliner or support for a headliner. So you're a little more in charge of your environment. You're a little more in charge of the sound setup, what's going to be happening, how the day is going to lay out, how your sound check's going to roll, that sort of thing. So it's a different approach to the performance. It's also a lot more high pressure, to be honest, than popping into a club, especially doing it kind of under the cover, under the cover of night and under, incognito, that sort of thing, or doing one of these, guest appearances that we've been doing in recent months, where you really are just popping up on stage. You don't have any choice of a sound check or anything like that. You're just giving what you can at that moment and hoping for the best. And,
those are tough.
Yeah, it's
oh my
tough.
God.
Technically it's tough. And I know because I've seen the YouTube videos, you could be like, why didn't they turn her up? Because the sound guy wasn't my sound guy and he didn't know how to work my voice, this sort of thing. And that's going to happen. And you just know that going in, and you kind of give that away and just enjoy the moment. It's so much fun to be in a club where you really can connect with the audience easily. I mean, you can also in a larger venue to some degree, but not in the same way. We were just at a tiny, like a karaoke bar last week, and there was maybe 50, 60 people in that room, and just you could make a joke, and the person sitting next to you, you didn't have to go through the microphone. They heard you. It's very, very intimate and instant, and that's a great feeling too. That's a lot of fun. We like that. Very off the cuff kind of people.
Yeah, and in a room like that, I'd rather them turn the mics off and we'll just sing in the room. Seriously, that's how I think everybody sounds better instead of a crappy sounding microphone. But that's just me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was thinking about that with you too, because you run the gamut of different venues.
Yeah,
so.
We do.
That's true.
Vicki, I have just one small question that Jeff and I were curious about. With the new release of the Rain Parade album, you and your sister are credited sharing backing vocals on some of the tracks. And we were just curious how that was getting back together, or because it seems like all of you guys are friends for a long time.
Oh yeah.
How was that getting back in the
Absolutely.
studio and working on songs with them.
Well, it was great with the guys in the Rain Parade. It actually started when we were doing the album that you are beautifully displaying on your beautiful
I didn't
bodies.
see the words on yours. Yeah, I
The
have both
Pais-
those
The
shirts.
Paisley Underground project. Yeah.
Excuse me.
And Debbie and I added some harmonies to the Rain Parade's contribution to that record. And so we reconnected with them at that point, and they were already working on a new, I think that at that point they got inspired to do this new record. And so we got another call from Matt Pucci and said, hey, would you guys be willing to come down again and do this again, which we did. So it's just fun to hang out with these guys. We had a blast, love their music, love what they do. It's as good as it ever has been. You know, I think they're singing and playing, you know, just beautifully. This is a gorgeous record. And it was just a blast to be a part of it. Really, it's just sweet. It's like you can go years and years without talking to these people, but then once you reconnect, the connection is so elemental and deep that it's just instantaneous again. I feel that way about all our Paisley Underground pals.
Yeah, I like that project you did when
Yeah.
you each did 3 songs, one of each of the other bands. I thought that was so cool. And I got to go to San Francisco where they performed the show together, and I was happened to be there that one time. I was in the room. It was great. But
That
yeah,
was
all,
a great show.
all lovely people, and they're all so close. I love that they all know each other and came up in the same ranks. Pretty cool.
Of course, we love that too. And Soraya and I were at the Fonda show, the LA version of that,
Yes.
which was fantastic.
I didn't know you guys said that yet. Yeah, these are the standard bearers of the Paisley
Right on.
movement.
We're waving the flag. So I have one last question for me before we wrap up. And again, congratulations on From a Running Horse from Action Skulls. It's a great release. If anybody hasn't got it yet, go find it. And I can't wait to be able to slide the physical version into this record.
Oh, I know.
Okay, running from a running horse,
running
we
horse.
will get some product eventually.
We will.
I just have to see
If you people
what's
want
going
it,
on.
people want
I
it.
mean, but it's a great album. And you know what? I mean, we'll let you know, because if we are in LA, because we'll probably be moving back there in the spring, Bill is more than happy to do some local stuff like McCabe's again, or even Genghis Khan, those kind of things. So we'll let everybody know.
Yeah, we'll make
for
sure you
the
know about it.
rare Action Skulls live show, and it'll just be acoustic for sure.
Yeah.
It'll just be the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We had our one farewell debut show at McCabe's. Well, after Angel here, it was like the one show we ever did.
Yeah, and we're probably not done recording together. I mean, there'll be a 4th album probably, you know.
In 2026.
Yes, exactly, in 2026. 3 years from now.
Yeah, we'll start it now though.
Yeah, we have to start it now in order for it to be ready in 3 years. That's how that works.
No, but yeah, I mean, Bill's just a writing maniac.
He's great.
I mean, he's just a never-ending supply of music. He's just incredibly talented. That guy is just so talented, man.
Yeah, and he's got some great backing vocalists on some of his tunes too. So I would say
They're not bad.
Yeah. He found some people to sing
The
on the back of
Petersills.
his song, the Petersills. I love, or the Cowdersons. We were either going to change our name to Cowderson or Petersill when we got married, but we just.
So we just started an Instagram account, you know, John and Vicki Peterson. So
nice.
We did.
It's a little shorter than all of our last
Today we started
Actually,
that.
yeah, literally
Not
today,
kidding.
hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Brand
Now we
new.
know. Add that to the list.
Yes.
So what was your question again? Just kidding.
So Vicki, I was just gonna ask, when I go to see you at the Troubadour, and you're opening for the Dream Syndicate, and Soraya will be in Spain, so she won't be able to catch the show.
Oh no.
Ole.
Find
You
me.
can't change your trip?
For us. Just kidding.
So is there a chance that we might see you jump on stage with the Dream Syndicate? Maybe too little, too late?
Hold me back,
I
baby.
can't imagine
Hold me
she
back.
won't. I can't imagine she's not going to be up there, that they're not going to call her up. Of course they will.
I'm gonna knock Jason down. Get out of my way.
Oh my God. No, you'll
this.
sing. She'll definitely sing with them. God, make me pull this car over. Anyway.
Very good.
I hope so, but we'll see.
Perfect. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there at the Troubadour.
It's gonna be really fun.
That's going to be so fun. We're looking forward to that.
Ah,
And just, you know, it's so funny because what we do is totally different than what they're going to do.
Oh yeah.
But I think we'll be embraced by the audience because they know that Vicki is a dream syndicate.
Yeah, I'm auxiliary dream
She's
syndicate.
from, so they'll be gracious to us and listen to us.
And obviously Mark is Continental Drifters and Steve is an auxiliary Continental Drifter.
Yeah,
So
so
we're
I mean,
okay. We're all
once again,
family.
it's that family,
Yeah.
incest, not incest.
Well, kind of.
Kind of. Band incest.
Band incest.
Band name.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. I want to have you back every week.
Okay.
John, bring the energy every week. There you go. Every
All
week.
right. Thanks y'all for having us so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. You guys are so much fun to hang out with, so we appreciate it.
Keep California warm and hopefully
For
it
us.
rains soon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you for the
Alright,
great
yeah.
music, for the harmonies, Jeff. You know I'm a sucker for a beautiful harmony, and this album is full of them, and I cannot wait for Long After the Fire.
You're welcome. You're welcome once again. You know you're welcome.
Thank you both.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Vicki, for your time, and enjoy playing this weekend.
We'll
We
have a
will.
blast. We're gonna have a blast.
We will.
You know?
We'll be looking at YouTubes for the
Yes.
videos.
You too. Yo.
Take care, you guys.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Later.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye.
Soraya, how great are the two of them together? That was
Okay,
so much
I
fun.
can't with the two of them because one, they're fantastic people, you know, and just really open and giving in terms of what they shared about their creative process, about working with Billy Mummy, and this album and the things they're working on. But two, they're just like, I love the energy that they bring. They're just so positive. And that's why I told John Cowsill, come on every week. I just loved his energy. And the two of them together, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I just love everything about who they are, what they represent, but also I just love their spirit. They're so fun.
They are so much fun. And we've known Vicki and we've talked to Vicki, met her on a couple occasions, but for me, this is the first time interacting with John, and he is amazing. I love that guy.
You know, when you think about the artistic trajectory of these two individuals,
Yep.
okay, just individually, John Cowsill on his own, Vicki Peterson on her own, it's amazing. And then there's just a lot of recording knowledge, a lot of creative knowledge, a lot of songwriting knowledge, a lot of music knowledge.
Talent.
And it just feels like we just barely scraped the surface.
Right. I mean, we only have a half an hour. I could sit in a pub and talk to those guys forever.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Given the opportunity.
And you know that they both got stories. They got stories for days.
Individually and collectively.
100 times over. Yes. You know, I got to bring it in at the very end, but you know me and my love of harmony, and something in this album that is just consistent throughout. The word that kept coming to my mind after I listened to the album, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, is just beautiful voice. And it somehow these three individuals can create this beautiful voice. The three of them together, it is really a beautiful sound that they make. And John Cowsill was 100% correct that this album goes all over the place, thematically, musically. I mean, because there are some very positive vibing songs. And then there are some songs that are just total gut punches. And there are some songs that just make you think. There are songs that make you just kind of dream. I mean, it's really wild.
Yeah.
And Rounding the Square, that's a song that I really like too. And of course, my love for Vicki Peterson as a vocalist is, lost on no one,
Yeah.
especially you.
Yeah.
But I love songs that tell good stories. And on this album, there are a lot of songs that tell a good story. And there's a song called Scholarship.
Mhm.
And it is, I mean, it tells a story, and it's a sad story. And Vicki's the vocalist, but ooh, it's a song that like it catches me off guard because there are some really vibey songs about, you know, finding your happiness and chasing dreams. And then there's a song that really just, it catches you off guard. And I think that's what's really beautiful and surprising about this album, is that just when you think you've got the theme figured out, they'll throw something else at you. And you know, it's just neat. I think they put a lot on the table. And then after hearing them talk about how this album came to be, I'm not surprised by it. You know, it's just, hey, here are some songs, and here, what do you think? And then they'd put their own take on it, send it back, and then Billy would send it back finished, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then, you know, more writing. So, and I think it's very, I'm really looking forward to hearing this Long After the Fire
Yes. Yeah.
project that
Did you know anything about that before they started?
Not at all.
No.
And I'm thinking, you know, the story of the Cowsills is one that I just don't know enough about. I know some of it, but he just brought something new to the table. I'm like, okay, so now I want to know a little more about Barry and Bill Cowsill, you know, about their songwriting and things like that. And the fact that they're bringing to the table an album of their songs.
That is,
now I want to do a deep dive.
yeah, I am so excited for that release, Soraya. I don't recall hearing about that, but when John started talking about that, I was instantly thinking, I bring it. Like I want this. So, I mean, the Cowsills were so much fun. What a great band. My wife Christina, we walk around the house singing some of their songs. So, I mean, a band that we all grew up with, right?
Right.
Family band. The original Partridge Family, right?
Totally.
But anyway, but better, right?
Wild.
So I am so excited for that release. And it was cool to hear about their experiences living on the West Coast and then now being on the East Coast. Sounds like temporarily they may be coming back to the West Coast, whatever, but it sounds like they're having a blast there, and the opportunities that they have that they wouldn't have here in the Los Angeles area sounds really cool. Like a great experience for the two of them. And what better way to have those experiences with these two people that are just like amazing together. Like you said, the energy that they have together.
Gosh,
I admire them too greatly.
It's really, I mean, I say it often after a lot of times after we speak with people who play music and whose music I adore. It's just really energizing to talk to people who have such a love for music and love playing it, love sharing it, love creating it. To me, it's just cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I love them like 100 times more than I did prior to this conversation.
And then, you know, John Cowsill on, what do you call it? Instacrap, you know. Of course we're going to follow him. So we're going to follow John Cowsill, Vicki Peterson. They both have Instagram accounts. Follow them. Let's
and the Petersills.
the Petersill. That to me was just is amazing and incredible. But you know, it's just, you know, we've talked to everybody in this series. You know, we've talked to 3 o'clock, we've talked to members of Rain Parade, we've talked to Steve Wynn, and we've talked to Vicki Peterson and John Cowsill. The industry has changed, but they've all found their way to at least get the voice out there, or at least bring the voices, hey, we want to hear more from them, or bring us more. So if we can help in any way, and if it's just sharing some Instagram accounts and directing people to their go, I want to hear this Long After the Fire.
Yes, me too.
Album. So if that's what it's gonna take, I'm down.
Same.
So
For now, we've got Action Skulls Running from a Horse, released September of this year, 2023.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could
It-
check it out on YouTube, Spotify, all kinds.
Any of the digital music outlets, Apple Music, you name it, they're there. Go download, listen, share. But and then maybe long after the fire gets released, Jeff, maybe we get another chance to speak to the two of them about this project, because I'm so intrigued right now.
Yeah, so even though they're not touring the Angel Skulls release, it sounds like they will be touring that release. So we will definitely be seeing them and performing some of those songs live.
Action Skulls,
Yes, what did I say?
Angel Skulls.
Oh, Angel's here.
Okay.
But
There you go, Angel's here. We were just linking to another album. It's all good.
yes,
And who knows? There may be as they called it, a rare Action Skulls acoustic show sometime coming up. So
yes.
be on the lookout. Jeff, I think we need to end it there then. But mi gente, a gruviar.
Move on, Paisley people. There they are.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I feel like this is a reveal.
It is.
It is a review. Hey guys.
Hey, how's it
Hi.
going?
And this is my husband, John.
Hi, John.
Hey, John.
How are you guys?
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice red shirt.
Mhm.
Oh,
I was gonna say, Jeff, maybe we should move too, and just make it
Yeah, just
very
make it more
symmetrical. It's really good to see you both.
Hey, you too.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Hit it.
Bye.
Thank you. Vicki, one quick question.
I love that.
No, I'm over. I mean, I
Oh,
got
put 'em. You get a rim shot.